Today I am sharing this fabulous little project with you. Hello, I'm Claire from Created the Otta Way. I'm an absolute craft addict based in the UK. My first love is definitely paper crafting, and today I'm going to show you how to fold, cut and create the Otta Way. Right, so whether you are a beginner or you just need a crafty fix, I'm going to walk you through step by step this little project. No stress, just crafty joy and a little bit of fun and giggles along the way. Hello to my crafty otters. If any of you are watching, please let me know what you think of the project. And actually that goes for any of you watching. I reply to every comment. I love to hear what you think of the makes and your versions of them. I love to see, so please do send them to me. This make this week is definitely a special make because it was a special request from my friend Helen. So Helen, this is the box that you asked for. Helen's looking for a box that she can put some of the beautiful cards that she's made in and either gift them or just store them for herself. So this is what I've come up with. It's tied with a ribbon that goes through into the lid, and that will keep your cards and envelopes in the box all lovely and safe. It's really quite deep. I have done it so that it will fit a UK size C6 envelope and cards, and I've got how many, 1 2 3 4 cards and envelopes in there, and there's still plenty of room. Look, you can see, so you can fit quite a lot of cards and envelopes in there depending on how much embellishments you've got on your cards. But what a lovely gift that would be, wouldn't it? Really easy to put together, really easy to assemble, and I'm gonna try and do it now. Oh, you're going to lose me for a minute because I'm going to be concentrating. Let's not do that. I'll do it at the end. I'll show you how to do it. Do you want to craft? Should we do that? Okay, here are the sizes. I have put them in inches and centimetres, so you just need to screenshot that and then you can enlarge it if you need to. And I'll run you through what I am going to be using. To start with, you're going to need, the bottom of the box is quite large, so I have actually got a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. This is Blackberry Bliss, which is a Stampin' Up colour. And then I've got here a sheet of A4, but you really only need a small sliver of it, or about a quarter of an A4 sheet. So we're going to use that. And then obviously there's the coverings that are on the box. So the lid is covered in designer series paper, and so is the base. So not too much paper. If I show you the paper, I'll give you the sizes. Well, the sizes are on the sheet that I did earlier. But so for the box, you need 2 pieces like that and then 2 side pieces. So really not that much, but you will need probably a 12 by 12 sheet because it's slightly bigger than 6 inches wide. So yeah, depending on, use some of that stash you've been hoarding. That's actually what I've done with these papers and with these ones. Look, and yet they go really lovely. I just grabbed them from my stash. This is the lid. You've got 2 pieces like that and 2 pieces like that, and that is job done. Now the only other things I used from the card and the paper is Stampin' Up. I've got this lovely little punch that does this little cut and I've used that for my ribbon holes, but you could do that with a craft knife if you wanted to. And then I've used a 1 3/4 inch punch. Where, I hear you ask? Well, I didn't like the fact that my ribbon slid about, so I've put a 1 3/4 inch circle, glued it to the bottom just to keep my ribbon in place. Look, I haven't glued it very well, it's coming off. So that's what I did on the bottom. That's optional. You don't need to do that. It's entirely up to you. I think that's it. Really simple make using what you already have. So let me get my paper trimmer. just out of reach, and I'm going to do the base of the box first. So you need a 10.5 by 12 inch piece. So let's cut that to 10.5. You can do that together. Oh. This is where you can't see because it's such a wide cut. So 10.5 inches on one side. And that just cuts off 1.5 inch. So it's just that sliver, and we're not going to need that for anything, but it will come in handy for something else. A couple of belly bands out of that, wouldn't you say? Okay, so on the longer side, which is the 12 inch, so I'm just going to turn that round. We are going to score at 5 inches. 5 inches. Make sure you've got that cutting blade right out the way, and you're doing 5 inches. Okay, I like to go up and down it a couple of times just so that I know that it's really scored well. And then 7 inches, just like that. So 5 and 7 inches, and then turn it round again. So you've now got the 10.5 inch side at the top where your measuring line is. And I'm going to score this at 2 inches. Okay, just at 2 inches there, and 8.5. And that's it. I know, it's amazing, isn't it? Okay. So what I'm going to do is just burnish all of those over. Just fold them all over and give them a bit of a press. Just like that, because I'm going to cut the bottom, because this is my box. So I'm going to cut the tabs. So that one doesn't seem to have scored as well. Maybe I didn't go over it. I was too busy talking to you. There you go. So you can see that's the bottom of the box, and then these are the sides here and here, and these are the ends that curve around. So these squares, this one and this one, we need to make them into tabs. So you could use your scissors just to cut down, but because I know what the size is, which is 5 and 7, I'm going to line it back up on my paper trimmer, because then I will get a nice straight cut, rather than when I'm trying to do it with my scissors, sometimes I go off at an angle. So on the side of my paper trimmer is this little line, and that tells me where the cutting blade is. So I try and line it up with this bit, and then I just go up. So you can see it's just got a cut line there, and then I do the same down the other end. And then I do again at 7 inches. So I've already scored this, but I'm going back over just these end squares because I want to turn them into tabs. And like I said, the paper trimmer will give me a straighter cut. So there's my tabs, okay, just like that. And I'm just going to use the scissors just to shape the tabs. So this one hasn't gone all the way down, so I'm just going to straighten that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, these are squares at the moment, and I'm just going to cut them at an angle, just a small sliver, because they will just go nicer inside the box. Okay, so I've just taken off a tiny narrow rectangle on there, and another one on this side. There's those ones. So can you see, instead of a square now, it makes a tab. So that's that side. So I'm going to bring it round, and I'm going to do it on this side. Now, I know I said, oh, I'm going to do it with the paper trimmer because it will give me a straighter line, but that is exactly what I want on the side of my box. I'm not so worried about this, so that's why I did it with the paper trimmer rather than my scissors. But you can use whatever you're most comfortable with. No rules. Remember, this is stress-free crafting. Gone too far, that one. I'm very distracted now, aren't I? I'm trying to think about what's ahead. Okay, so that's the base of my box. So I find it actually easier to glue the designer series paper on straight away while it's flat. Now this is directional paper. That means I could put it upside down, and I really don't want to. So this is my box like this. So I need to make sure that one side is like that and one side is that way round. Okay, so they go away from each other. Now, the other thing that I tend to do, if you've watched my videos before, you will know I use the same colour background to get rid of the white core on my paper. Now, I think I've done all of these apart from one, just so that you could see a difference. No, that I've done all of those ones. I lied. So basically, let me find the one I haven't done. No, that one's done. Did I do them all? That's not very good, is it? This one. Okay, so you can't tell it very well over the video camera, but there is a white core, so a white centre to my paper. If I put that side by side, you might be able to see. This one I've coloured and it doesn't stand out. That one does stand out. Now this is purely optional. It's just an Otta thing. I really don't like seeing the white core on my designer series paper when it's on a dark background. So I always colour it. Okay, and I just go around all the bits of paper until that's done. So glue, I've got Tombow glue. You can use double-sided, you can use whatever glue you want, and you're literally just covering the whole of your paper. Make sure you get right into the corners because you don't want any bits peeling off too quickly. And if there's a little gap, it will catch on your lid. So you're just spreading the glue all over. Okay, and when you're happy, flip it over. Now I've just left with my measurements a very, very slim border all around. So you might want to go down even more and maybe do 1/4 of an inch on your paper. So what I would do is lay it on your box before you glue it and just have a look. So can you see what I mean? There's a thin border all the way around mine. You might like a fatter border, so trim your paper slightly. And then this side. And I just got to remember to make sure that I'm gluing the paper the right way round. This pink on the other side is quite nice as well, isn't it? This dotty paper. So I was so happy when Helen messaged and said, I don't suppose you've got a lovely box with a lid as a tutorial that I could store cards in. And I was like, actually, I have been thinking about that sort of thing as a gift, a special papercraft gift. And I'll do that next week. And here we are. So if there's something that you would like to see being made, or you've got an idea of something, just get in touch or put it in the comments below and I'll give it a go for you. So one paper sheet is going that way, one is going that way, and now I've got the side bits. Well, with these sides, what you need to do is glue them on both side bits of one panel. Okay, so I know it feels like you should do one and one, but put them both on the same sheet. So we're going to glue those on as well. I can feel that this glue is right at the bottom. You know when it's really nearly the end and you're like, just keep going, I need you. That's what I'm saying secretly. Okay, or not so secretly because I've just shared it. Love this paper. I wasn't really a fan of it, but now on this box against the Blackberry Bliss, oh, it's so lovely. We've all got paper like that, haven't we? It's like you don't want to use it and then you fall out of love with it and then you just forget about it and you go and get some more and then you're looking for something and suddenly there it is waving at you saying, pick me, I'm the perfect piece you're looking for. That's why us crafters don't throw anything away. That's definitely why I don't throw anything away. Okay, so that's my box. You've got paper both sides there, piece there and a piece opposite. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put some glue on these tabs. Okay, just in there and here, because I'm going to put it all together in one go. And I've told the paper where it needs to go by bending it over and pressing it down. Now, with the sides, you need to bring this bit up so that the paper that you've got the pattern on is going on the outside, okay? Like that, a bit close. So that bit tucks in, that bit has got the paper on. And if you make sure that the top is in line, the bottom will just go in itself. So I'm going to put some glue on this bit, so the bit without paper, without the designer series paper on. See, we've nearly made the box. I'm also going to put it on this end because it just makes it easier for when I turn it round, the glue's already on it and I can just get on and stick it all in one go. Otherwise I'm trying to bend paper in a way it doesn't want to go. Does that make sense? And then you're just getting a gluey mess. Okay, so we're going to ignore one end, we're going to concentrate on this end. So let me show you inside. So this tab has gone inside, okay, it's got the glue on it. This bit is going inside because it's got the glue in it, and I'm bringing this one round to meet it, okay. And then what I'm doing is looking to make sure this is lined up and this is lined up. So just along there, just make sure it's lined up, and if I'm happy, stand it up like that, put your hand inside and just press that tab down in place, okay? It's very dark in there, you're not going to see very much, but the tab is stuck down, the side is stuck down. I'm just going to have a look. Yep, happy with how that is looking. It's lined up at the top, so I'm going to flip it round and I'm going to concentrate on this bit now. So the tab is inside, that bit goes down like that. I'm going to try and not touch the glue and bring the side round. Make sure that I line it up at the top here and then hold it with my fingers and then just look along for the rest of it. Stand it up and have a look at it and then put my hand in and just press down on that tab. There should be enough room to get your hand inside. Now if there isn't, or you're struggling to get your hand in, get your bone folder and just put that in. You've got like a pointy bit on this, you can get right in the points and just press down just for a couple of moments, just because it will make the difference to your project. If it's properly glued, it will make such a difference. So I'm just rubbing over the other side with my bone folder, and then there you go, look, base done. I love it. Isn't that exciting? So that's it. The base is done. I can put my cards in it and I could just leave it like that. You could make this and use it for your designer series paper for storage if you wanted to. Much prettier than the clear boxes that I use. Right, the lid. So how do we do this lid? So we need to cut some of this paper off again. So this needs to be 8.5 by 4 1/8. So let me see, because I can't remember. 8.5 is not going to go that way. So I'm going to cut off a bit long ways at 4 1/8. I said, didn't I? 4 1/8. Okay, 4 1/8. By 8.5, just about there, just like that. And then really, really simple, you're going to score it at 1 inch on all 4 sides. So get rid of that cutting blade and score 1 inch on that side, 1 inch on that side, on the 3rd side, and then the 4th side. that's it. Honestly, isn't it cool? So you've got all of this, and then what we've got is this middle bit is the top of the lid. That's where that designer series paper is going to go. We have got a piece that goes on this side. We've got 2 pieces either side here. And then we've got a piece here. So you don't put it on the corners. So let's stick that down and then we can go through what to do with those corner pieces. So I'm thinking that I'm going to give this as a gift. I'm going to make a set of cards that are all using the same paper, and put a birthday sentiment on one, a thank you sentiment, anniversary. Oh, what else? Just a hello or a thinking of you. Do a set of 6 cards and then put them in this beautiful box so they all match. That will use up some of my paper stash. But what a lovely gift that is. And then every time they send a card, they'll think of you as well. Oh, goodness. I can feel that coming. Did you hear my pause? Oh, I'm going to cough. Now sneeze. Good thing we're not in the room together. I'd be spreading my germs, wouldn't I? I just couldn't miss out on this Friday's tutorial, especially as it was for Helen. Oh, come on, glue. You've got 2 more pieces to do after this. You can do it. Okay, so that's going to go in the middle. It does feel weird gluing the paper on first, I've got to admit, because it's like, ooh, but you can actually get it lined up really nicely. Okay, so 2 more pieces to do and we are done. How cool is that? Okay, there's that one. And then the other one is just here. What a lovely gift. Okay, there. Okay, so those tabs, what do I do with those? So obviously I need to turn this into this. So I'm going to cut up the square just here. So I'm trying to be as straight as I can. Okay, so now that bit there is now a tab. Okay, now I'm going to turn it that way and I'm going to go up this one. Now I do this as you go round because it gives you a much stronger box rather than doing 2 tabs on one end and 2 tabs on the other in the same direction. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Oh no, not that one. Nearly done it wrong. What was I saying to somebody earlier? There's no mistakes in crafting, only happy accidents. Isn't that right? Okay, so can you see when I lift those tabs up, they're sort of going round like that. Okay, I'm just going to bring those up as well. Just make sure I've got a nice crisp lid. Nice angles on it. You can use your bone folder. I don't know why I'm not. Seeing as I've got about 4 of the things. What have you got a lot of? Is it scissors? Is it pokey tools? I think I've just generally got a lot of everything. Okay, did I do that one as well? Yeah, okay. So before I glue it, I need to make the holes for the ribbon. So I've got this little tool here that I was saying to you, it's just a little punch. Now what I want to do is work out where I think the middle is. So I'm going to do it just by eye. Okay, I'm actually going to turn it over so there's no mark on the outside. And I think it's about there. So I'm going to put a mark here and I'm just going to go directly opposite there. You can be really good at measure if you want to. Just for speed, I'm not. And then I'm just putting that there. That just cuts out that lovely little hole. Okay. That doesn't actually look level now. It's fine, Claire. Stop overthinking it. You do that. You doubt yourself all the time. It's like when I make a card, I think, oh, I don't know, was that the right paper choices? Why do we do that? Okay, again, I'm going to put glue on all 4 sides. And then I'm just going to go round and build the box lid all in one go, rather than having to keep stopping and putting some glue on. This is Tombow glue, so it's not running off, it's not going anywhere. Okay, so bring that box lid down. Oh, do you know what I didn't do? Forgot the tabs. Oh, okay. Do you think we'll get away with it with the glue? Just gonna cut a little triangle into each corner. Okay, gonna get glue on me everywhere now, aren't I? So I'm just cutting off a little corner on each square tab because it gives you a neater corner. My scissors are gonna be covered in glue. Don't tell anyone. Might have to buy some new ones. What a shame. Okay, right, ready. Let's try again. So when I bring that round, can you see it pulls it down, which means I get a nice square corner. If I do that again, just going to put it on there again. Really nice corner. Look at that. Really neat. Before the glue sets. Oh, or sets on my fingers. Okay, let's bring that in. There it is. I don't know which one I like best. I'm not really one for bird paper, although I spend loads of money feeding the birds in the garden. Anyone else? Oh, I think they eat better than we do. I just hate to see them out there struggling. So, yeah, we feed them, even though we've got cats. Okay, so that will go on there. Let's check it. Ta-da, look at that. Love it. Okay, so how do I do the ribbon? This time I've got this colour because I think it will go nice with the box. So I think on the instructions I said 25 inches. So let's go 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 inches. Okay, so loop it round. Oh, actually, let's take it off. Stop trying to be clever, Claire. So loop it through one side. Make sure it's going in the right way. Loop it through the other. You only have to do this once, like that. And then slide your box into that loop. Just so that you know it's in the right place. Okay, there's that. And that. And then just bring it tight. And you can do your bow however you want to. Don't watch me do a bow. I'll just do a quick one. Just like that. The glue on my fingers is sticking. Okay, so not too bad. Is it? Oh, it's a bit loopy. There you go. There's a bow. It could be better, and I need to finish the ends. Let's just do that. So if you fold your ribbon in half and then cut at an angle, you get that nice shape there. Okay, so get your ribbon, fold it in half, and then cut towards your fingers, but don't cut your fingers off. Can you see? It gives you that really nice little indented arrow. So there is my box. Look at that. Ta-da! Well, obviously that is going to move around. So what I tend to do is punch out some card, 1 3/4 inch circle, the same colour as the bottom of the box. Put some glue on it. Is there any glue left? Or just and then stick it in place over. And then what you actually need to do is put something weighty inside the box. So like put a punch or something like that, just to weigh it down so that that circle sticks. But there you have, ta-da! There is your gift box with a ribbon tied lid. You can bring the other one back with the green. Which one do you prefer? I love them both. I can see I'm going to be making loads of these. I hope you've enjoyed watching that. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, happy crafting and be kind to yourself. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. There's loads more tutorials to see. And if you want a little bit extra with even more behind the scenes and exclusive tutorials, come join my Crafty Otters Club. You'll be so welcome. Thanks for watching.